Welcome back to Fight Bet Analytics. We're going to be going over the Volkov vs Aspinall card. It's just going to be a quick video going over the fights that I see the most betting value in. So, first off, we're going to start with Jack Shore versus Timur Valiev. I like Timur Valiev here. I think it'll be somewhat close, but I think he'll be able to use his fast kicks at range. I think he'll be able to stop the takedowns. You know, he's a very good wrestler. Trained in Dagestan, born in Dagestan. Not training with Mark Henry. I think he'll be able to use his experience and just be able to cruise to a decision against Jack Shore. So I like him at plus 100. Next up, I like Nikita Krylov versus Paul Craig. I think Nikita Krylov should cruise to a decision here. I like him at minus 190. I think he'll be able to neutralize the submission game of Paul Craig, get top control, or keep it standing and just outstrike him. Maybe possibly even get a finish. So I like him at minus 190. Next up, Shamil Abdurrahimov versus Sergey Pavlovich. I think Sergey Pavlovich wins here, but I think the odds are too high, so I would pass on this fight. Next up, we got Mike Grundy versus Makwan Amirkhani. I like Mike Grundy here a lot. He's one of my favorite bets. He's got a lot to fight for. He really needs a win in the UFC. He's fighting hard for his dad, who's going through a lot. His dad's going to be in the corner watching him, and so Mike Grundy's going to be fighting his heart out. I think he's got much better wrestling than Makwan Amirkhani. I think he's got better striking. I think he'll be the more aggressive guy. I think I have more heart. So he's one of my favorite bets at about minus 180. I like Makwan Amirkhani, but his main threat is to get takedowns and submit people. But I don't think he's going to be able to take down an amazing, experienced wrestler like Mike Grundy. So I like Mike Grundy a lot. Next up, we got Ilya Taporia versus Jai Herbert. I think Ilya Taporia obviously should get the win here. Minus 600 though seems a little bit high, but I would just pass on this one. Next up, we got Molly McCann versus Luana Carolina. I like Molly McCann here. I think she'll be able to use her aggression, come forward, crash the pocket, hold her against the cage, land big shots. She'll be fighting in front of her home country. I think the judges will be on her side. So I like her to make it a dirty fight, and I like McCann, and I like her at minus 145. Next up, we got Sato versus Nelson. I think this is an extremely dangerous fight, and for Nelson, even he probably should win the fight. But my favorite bet on this fight is Sato in round 1 at plus 1200. I think we've seen this before, like with Ponzinibbio, where they're not the same when they come back. So I think it's possible that Sato could get him out of there in the first round. So I like a sprinkle on Sato round 1. Pimlet versus Vargas. Really like Pimlet here, but the odds are pretty high. So probably pass unless you want to take Patty Pimlet. Inside the distance would be the only way to go, I think, here. Next up, we got Arnold Allen versus Dan Hooker. I actually like Dan Hooker here, assuming that he's healthy, which I'm gonna have to assume that he is, because I've been hearing good things from people's from his his nutritionist and his teammates that the cut went really well. I think he's more experienced, more aggressive. I think he'll be able to use his range. I think he'll just be able to use that aggressiveness to steal the last part of the round and get a big win here. So I like him at minus 110. And then the main event, I like Tom Aspinall over Alexander Volkov. I think Tom Aspinall will be the much better boxer, and also I think he'll be, if he wants, he could get takedowns on Volkov and possibly get a submission. I think Aspinall is really underrated, actually. I really like him at minus 130. Another one of my favorite bets on the card. I think he could win a decision, or I think he could get a stoppage. So I like Aspinall a lot. And that's it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week.